Howdy folks, with us here, and welcome back to Vampyr. Where last we left off, Jonathan here killed our sister all over again. And so he's gonna be feeling really shitty about that. I think so. And though we need to kinda rest our wee little head and go into whatever comes next. So we have one ultimate. And I really like it. I really like it. It's very expensive for an upgrade. Recovery time's still the same, but we do 120 more damage. So maybe we may go into that. Damage standing still. Less damage upon landing. I like block your target's blood in their veins, making them defenseless. Visible barrier absorbing damage until it fades or it's destroyed. So there's a lot of stuff to do. Claws. Need to upgrade the claws. It costs less to do. Let's upgrade the claws. Man, they're expensive. We can add stun to it for blood gain. That's fine. Blood Spear and Shadow Mist, and really like that. I'm liking the idea of Shadow Veil. I don't know why it stopped in the middle there, but okay. It reduces recovery when we'll be able to use it again. It still costs the same. You have to toggle it. We gain damage and stun bonuses when we leave the shadows. Is this the thing like that one skull has? I forget which type of skull. Or you drain your stamina to fade in the shadows, become visible in cities. Drain more stamina. The fog sticks to you. You're able to dodge while using it. You will exit the shadows if you attack or when your stamina is empty. What does it cost? So I guess it's the cost is blood. If we moved into this area, it would cost no blood to use. I don't know if we're ready to move into it too deep. 2 seconds control. I don't know. Place a cloud of shadows at the target's feet. Cloud will explode after a short time consuming damage. I think that was something like what Mary was using against us, sort of. But I want to kind of just like go into other things just a little bit and kind of expand from there. So let's up Shadow Mist, do more damage, and kind of give us a bit more options of things to use. So all our other stuff kind of does well enough for itself. All right, so there's probably gonna be some changes. More people are sick, especially in this area. So we got Thomas Elwood, got Rakesh Janana, Gwyneth, Oswald. We still haven't found Milton Hooks and Pippa Hawkins, Beatrice, Harvey, Aykroyd. That's just this district? What about this district? Stable. On Hampton. Miss Kingsbury, which we couldn't get to earlier. We still have a couple of people that we haven't found in this district in the docks. Alright. Still in serious condition down here. A lot of people to go and heal up around town. And we still haven't been to the West End. But no real big sweeping changes like last time. We're level 18 now. a little helpful. Now, we do have a conversation that we need to have with Dr. Swansea. Well, I say need to have. It would be interesting to have, or useful to have a conversation with him. Don't know what he needs to talk about. Maybe it's a side quest. We'll see.
Jonathan, old chap, how are you tonight? I've seen little of you of late.
I was conducting research in my room, away from the nightly routines.
Of course, of course. Worry not, I understand. The situation has been testy around here. I won't deny it, but we still stand.
Alright, start with a letter from Lady Ashbury.
I have received an alarming letter from Lady Ashbury. She wants me to meet her at her house. I have been granted safe passage.
Then you are twice fortunate. I have never been invited to the lady's mansion, and with the quarantine and controls, city access is nigh impossible.
So about the quarantine.
Is the quarantine serving any purpose?
It is helping slow the propagation of the epidemic. But as long as we have no clue to its origin, its efficiency is limited.
Alright, and her house.
Why have you never entered the lady's house? You are one of her good friends, are you not?
My dear Jonathan, you have no idea how reclusive the good lady normally is, nor in what great esteem she must hold you to let you into her domain.
Alright, help in the West End.
Have you any reliable friends in the West End who might assist me?
Unfortunately, you will be alone. Except for our ravishing red-headed acquaintance, of course.
Alright, Dr. Swansea. What about the commissioner?
What of my commission here at Pembroke Hospital?
Nothing to fear, Jonathan. Your position here is in no jeopardy. You remain one of us, and you are always most welcome.
What about the Brotherhood?
What about the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole? Where are they?
There are only a few of us, and most others would not speak to you. I am the black sheep of our brotherly flock, you know.
Okay, so that's a... Take note, new detail. Only detail. The Maverick among the Brotherhood. Alright, what news do you bring?
What news do you bring?
The news is not good, my friend. We try to keep the epidemic at bay, but street violence is escalating quickly.
About the violence.
Tell me more about the violence.
Geoffrey McCallum seems to have sent his war dogs on a hunt. On a nightly basis, Pre-Wen patrols exterminate every skull and vampire they find.
Have they come closer to the hospital?
No. They mainly focus on fallen districts or abandoned buildings. But they're growing in numbers. They must be recruiting heavily.
And the epidemic.
How bad is the epidemic?
It is killing the infected patients faster. In less than 2 days now. The only blessing is that they are contagious for a shorter period.
Oh boy.
Thank you, Edgar. We shall speak again later.
Alright, so they give us anything. They give us some XP. That conversation. Let's have a quick look at what we have in our bag in terms of treatments. We have 1 anemia, 3 headache, 2 fatigue, and 1 cold. So let's kind of run down here. Fatigue for 1. That's 1 fatigue taken care of. Anemia. Do we have 1 for anemia? We do. That's that one taken out. Fatigue. That's 2 fatigue. Okay, 1 more anemia. 1 more fatigue. So 1 more anemia, 1 more fatigue. A migraine. Don't have a treatment for. Could make. Maybe. We need treatment for a migraine. So 2 fatigues. 1 anemia. 3 fatigues. And we have the treatment for the cold. That would take care of everybody here. Let's start with that first. So we need 1, 2, 3. 3 fatigues. 1 cold, 1 anemia. Am I right on that? Or no, 3 fatigues, 1 anemia. So far. Alright, let's go and concoct some... Damn it. I forget. You don't have to go upstairs. We're not upstairs, we're on the same floor. Alright, Rodman. People's lives depend on medicine. Alright, that's in here. Alright, give me 2 more fatigues. 1 more anemia. We do have to analyze this. Gives us more serum. Generate 100 blood instantly. Why not? As long as we can make them. I really hate that these don't regen from when you die and go back into the same fight. Makes no sense to me. Ink pen, box of pills, and bottles. This is stuff we'll keep around. Alright, so this is gonna be, I don't know, I may do like the going around and healing people off camera. Because that's just a lot of me going around and trying to find people and give them medicine. While I'm here...
Life running in your veins. This dead flesh
Fear and
needs it.
disgust
Oh,
on every
please
street
spare me,
corner.
Dark Queen.
Good evening, Mr.
having that.
Evening, Dr. Reid.
Oh, they're still having that conversation in the background. Alright, how you
Soldier.
doing?
Do you need assistance?
Not really. I think I caught something in this bloody hospital. I swear I'm dead, yet smiling inside, Dr. Reid.
Alright, so, yep, he has anemia. Give him the meds.
As long as you remain here, I will make sure you don't have to worry about your health.
Don't think you can do much about it. Damage is done.
Alright, so there we go. Recovering.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Alright, so since we're here, we'll do it here, but if we're going out, going out into the next couple areas or whatever, like here in the docks, things are pretty stable with the people that we have noticed, apart from one guy. But of course, Whitechapel is like always bad, might always be bad, with Dorothy Crane out. We can definitely do stuff here. So we know where, like, majority of these people here, apart from
The pain.
Oswald Thatcher,
Here again.
where Harriet Jones was. None of the nurses need it, right? Apart from, well, no, Pippa and Gwyneth.
I wonder why the Goswicks came here in the first place.
All right, Pippa.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reid.
All right.
Do you need medical help yourself, Nurse?
I'm afraid I've contracted some illness, Dr. Reid.
All right, gold.
Not under my watch, Nurse. Take this. You'll feel better.
Thank you, Dr. Reid.
All right. Not under my watch.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
The pain.
Alright, so kinda. Alright, we can tell who is what
I'm
by
quite busy right now, Dr. Reid.
from that menu too, so that's good. We needed to talk to you about something anyway, didn't we? Tippet's opinion on your promotion, your thoughts on Strickland research. Sure, let's go into this stuff.
Tell me, Waverly, what do you think of Dr. Strickland's enthusiasm for his experimental research?
Strickland is playing with his patients' lives for pride and glory. Now that, sir, is unethical.
Are you thinking about something in particular?
Harvey Fiddick needs delicate surgery. I believe we should stick to the usual procedure, but my young colleague obviously disagrees.
Why do you wish to lead the surgery?
Why do you wish to lead this surgery?
I strongly believe that Mr. Fiddick should not be butchered to test an unproven procedure.
Alright, you will assume the consequences, conservative point of view, I trust your judgment. I think you'll assume, well, I mean, assume the consequences. Like, that's every doctor's job, right? Conservative point of view. Trust your judgment. I think that we obviously have, like, the person who's not, is very, like, as it says, very conservative in regards to, like, medical practices and things. And we have the other guy way on the other side. He's very experimental and kind of is, like, losing so much to the point to where he's losing, like, why he's doing what he's doing. And that's to, save people and heal people and not, butcher people to find, a cure for things for the greater good, butchering for the greater good type thing. So let's just say that we trust his judgment.
I really hope you're right about this, Dr. Ackroyd. I'm trusting your judgment on this.
I'm not the kind of man who runs away from his responsibilities, Dr. Reid. There is no need for you to be looking over my shoulder.
And are you not afraid that your rivalry with Strickland may be blinding you?
Rivalry? I guess you could call it that. But I will never be childish enough to let my personal feelings affect my judgment.
Alright, so nothing else to talk about with that. So let's talk about the opinion on your promotion.
What do you think of Dr. Tippett's opinion of your promotion, Waverly?
Tippett is a good practitioner. Maybe just a little too attached to his prestigious position at the Pembroke Hospital.
Really? That's exactly his diagnosis of you. A little too eager to get promoted? A little bit too proud?
He has the right to think so. But I deserve this promotion. And I don't consider it anything but well earned.
Alright, so nothing else really to talk about.
Do you need my assistance?
Don't be ridiculous. I'm capable of dealing with this myself. I've just not taken the time to do so.
Alright, well, here you go.
Then you are lucky that I have taken the time to do so. Consider it a gesture of solidarity between professionals.
I wish this hospital could have received as much attention from you, Dr. Reid. We do not see you in surgery very often.
Oh, hello. Yeah, well, I did surgery one time. It
Thank
didn't
you
work
for your
out so
help.
well.
We'll talk later.
The fact that there was blood everywhere is not very helpful. All right, so he's healthy. Harvey has anemia.
Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Dr. Reid. Any news about my operation?
I don't think so. Yeah, I seem worried about your family.
You seem worried about the safety of your family. And it's obviously the reason why your wound troubles you so much.
I cannot give up on my children now. They both need me living.
What about their mother, if I may ask?
She died in 1915 during one of the first Zeppelin raids. We never found her body.
Okay, let's do it. All right, how about the death of your wife?
Tell me more about the death of your wife, Harvey.
1915. I was in the army, building workshops for the Royal Flying Corps. Helen was happy I wasn't sent to the front.
What happened?
The Germans sent Zeppelins to bomb the construction site, but they missed their target. My wife was bringing my dinner when the bombs fell.
All right, so the children are all right?
How are your children after losing their mother?
They were smaller then. The only good thing about this is my Helen didn't bring them with her that night.
I'm sorry for your loss. So many died during the bombings. I served in France and witnessed the carnage there.
I would like to say that she didn't suffer. Truth is, I have no idea. I just know that I'm all that me kids have. Poor little bleeders.
All right. Let's see how
Is
you
there
doing.
anything else that's bothering you? Can I help in any way?
Really? Why has no one else asked me that since I got here? I thought I was in a hospital.
Here you go.
Unfortunately, you are not the only person who needs help. And complaining about it won't do you any good.
Well, perhaps you're right, Dr. Reid. I'm sure if me missus was still alive, she wouldn't be happy with me going on like this.
Alright. Anything else to talk to you about? No? Alright.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
Alright,
Always
so
want the words to calm the children, Helen.
going on, healing everybody we can in sight. Alright, so
Good evening, Doctor. How is my son doing?
Beatrice. Don't have a hint for that. Don't have any hints for that.
Do you require medical attention as well, Mrs. Goswick?
Do you know you're the only one who's asked me this? No. I don't feel well, actually.
Here you go.
Despite what you think about this place, I can tell you with absolute certainty, taking this will help you recover.
Well, at least your reputation seems well deserved. Unfortunately, I can't say the same for this hospital.
Alright.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
Alright, he doesn't have anything that we need to give him right now. This also allows us to talk with some people again that we haven't talked to in a while. Get some new hints uncovered. Alright, here you are. You have fatigue as well.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
Yep, good and yours. Alright, so we kind of know everything about him, don't we? Yeah, so we don't need to talk to him about anything except for his medicals.
Do you need any medical help, Milton?
I'm afraid I do. Like everyone in this hospital. It's a sad state of affairs when even the hospital workers are worried about disease.
Right, here you go.
Our job brings us into contact with all kinds of infections, Milton. There's no shame in being ill while you're in a hospital.
That's easy for you to say, Doctor. I get the feeling you don't fall sick often.
Well,
Thanks, anyway.
not anymore. Because I have a sickness I can't get rid of.
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reid. A reliable gun is what...
Yeah. You've heard that before. Alright, so... necklace, bracelets. We couldn't break these down either, so might as well just sell. Keeping our watch. Ink pen, we know it can recycle. Everything that can be recycled, let's keep. This shotgun costs $350. I think he's updated his stuff. I think we can just buy one of each of these. We need all of it. That's unfortunately not going to be enough to get his shotgun, but hey. Well, there'll be a time for that, for sure. Alright, we got some XP for doing that. I think we have... Is it just Gwyneth that's left? Here? No, we have Gwyneth and Shadana, and then Oswald, which we can never find. Don't know where he ends up. Really want to go looking for him. Anyway.
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Brannigan. Alright. Still don't know a lot about you in particular. Alright.
Do you require medical assistance, nurse?
I will be fine. As soon as I can get some sleep.
Alright, well in the meantime, here's this.
Nurse, you won't be able to help people if you're sick. Take this, and do try to get some rest.
I'll try, Dr. Reid. Thank you.
Alright.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Alright. Talk to our good friend who takes care of the dead. Well, doctor.
Good evening, Dr. Reid. Such a pleasure to see you again.
It's been a while since we talked to you. Have anything we can talk to you? You're appointed as a medic. And nothing else. Alright, let's talk about that.
Tell me the truth about your appointment as a medic during the war, Rakesh.
The regiment administration appointed me by mistake. I had to learn the job on the spot, sir. Very hard, sir, but I rose to the challenge.
You can't impersonate art. You should have refused. Yeah, well, I don't know.
Do you realize how many soldiers died because of that decision? You should have refused.
Yes, sir. I swear I did, sir. But no one listened. When the first wounded arrived, I had to do what I could.
It is an unbelievable story, Mr. Chidana.
It was a time beyond belief, Dr. Reid. But I'm happy not to deal with the wounded. I prefer caring for the dead now.
You can't impersonate a doctor. You can't improvise a medical education. People could die at your hands.
You're absolutely right, sir. But as a field surgeon, it was more like being a butcher.
Do you believe you have really helped these people?
My ratings were within the averages of the regiment. I saved lives, Dr. Reid. Does that not say enough about triage and war surgery?
Let's see what you got.
Please show me what you have to sell.
Of course. It's just trinkets and curios.
Alright. So we got a lot of this stuff. It's so expansive. We can, like, get a lot of it elsewhere. So I think we're fine for right now. All we have left is stuff for headaches. And we need to head to Lady Ashbury. What do we have do we have side quests still? Do we finish all those? Oh, we have to tell what happened to find Strickland. So we complete all those. No investigations here. We didn't make it back to Tom Watts. We'll have to do that at some point. Gotta find that necklace. And we gotta find out why he was hiding in the sewers. Lost. That's interesting. Does it show, like, where... I wish you could see, like, where that guy is on the map. But anywho. Yeah, we need to talk to... I didn't map it. I was gonna map it and I didn't do it. Dang-nabbit, track it. Thank you. Alright, definitely not doing that. Alright, where is this dope? There's Aykroyd, there's Strickland. Alright, Strickland's in here. Alright. Let's talk about what happened to the pharmacy, buddy.
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reid. Can I be of any help?
Alright. That's right. We can move this around. This is about the best we can do, apparently. Drug provider's gone. Oh, they can talk about some of these stuff. Let's talk about the drug provider, though, first.
I located the shop, but it was vandalized, and the owner is missing. All I found was your order.
I was afraid of such bad news. People are so desperate they're ready to burgle a shop for drugs.
That's quite a list you ordered. Opium, sodium hypochlorite. It can't be just headaches you're trying to cure.
This dreadful influenza, of course. I already ran some tests on hopeless cases. Without success, I must admit.
Do you realize you could create a lethal poison without the correct dosage? Then there are the legal ramifications.
Is this not true of any medical substance, Dr. Reid? However, if you would agree to improve it, I'd be glad to accept your help.
As long as you promise to be scrupulous with your experiments, I may try to gather these substances and even help improve upon the mixture.
That's all I'm asking for, Dr. Reid. That's all I'm asking.
Okay.
Do you need my medical...
You don't have to worry about...
Yeah, we know he's fine. Alright. Alright, so let's ask about his blood transfusion technique.
Tell me more about your willingness to experiment with new medical techniques.
Harvey Fiddick is a patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood transfusion technique could help him.
What is it you really want? To save him, or to prove your point?
Fair question. I want nothing but to save my patient, Dr. Reid. especially since I know Mr. Fiddick's story.
Tell me a story.
Tell me Mr. Fiddick's story.
Our first diagnosis was compromised because Mr. Fiddick lied to us about the real origin of his injury. He first claimed it was an accident.
But why would he hide such crucial information from us?
Because he is a proud father, ashamed of putting his children at risk because of his own negligence.
Alright.
This personal involvement could also appear to be a lack of impartiality. You must know that a good surgeon must remain neutral.
I agree. But that does not excuse Dr. Ackroyd's behavior, a man who did not even take time to converse with his patient.
Do you think keeping his distance was a mistake?
All I know is that I'm taking care of human beings with desires, hopes, and fears. Not some biological machine comprised of blood, bones, and flesh.
Alright. What about your argument?
Tell me, Thoreau, what's the real cause of your dislike for Dr. Ackroyd?
He refuses to admit that your blood transfusion technique is the only way to save Mr. Fiddick. I'm convinced we must use it.
What Dr. Ackroyd really said is that you lack the skill to perform this operation efficiently. Is there anything you have to say about this?
It's a false conceit. Dr. Ackroyd secretly envies your reputation. His jealousy blinds him. I'm not the real target here.
What about the secret tests you run?
I want to know about these secret tests you run, and if they can save people from this epidemic. Speak to me now.
Where are the other drugs going?
I know I may sound presumptuous, but I'm just following your steps, Dr. Reid. I'm casting away the shadows of ignorance by daring to face them.
Self-confidence is essential in our line of work, my young colleague, but only if tempered with the correct amount of cynicism.
But you never doubt yourself, Dr. Reid. I've read all your articles and books. You performed the most daring research during the war.
So you can say you can't be serious. Why not take a break? You have my support. I feel like he's too overeager, so I can't give him my support. Never meet your heroes, Dr. Strickland, because Dr. Reid's gonna shut you down. Alright, take a break. I mean, that's gonna be dumb because there's too much happening right now. Taking a break, it seems kind of a useless practice, because no matter how, you know, overeager he is, he'd still be of benefit to the hospital for, you know, helping those in need. So let's talk about can't be serious.
You can't be serious. You have to stop this before you lose yourself. Lives are at stake here, remember?
I'm a competent doctor and my value has been proven already. Frankly, I'm disappointed to hear you, above all, speaking so ill of me.
Do you need my med-
You don't have...
Well, there's like a hint required, but maybe it's something for
Goodbye,
a hint from somebody about somebody else. Because we know all the hints about him.
I can't let Strickland put his patients at risk with opium. Perhaps an adjusted formula will deliver more of a placebo effect.
Okay, so we gotta go to our desk, I guess, and do this real quick. Why not? Hello. You're just outside your office? Never seen you outside your office. Well, I won't say never. Like, since we've arrived here, I have not seen you outside your office. It's weirding me out, man. Alright, let's do this. And there's something... I don't need to make something. Go and just recycle this stuff. Except for our watch. We'll keep our watch. Where did it say it at? Gather the ingredients and formulate the medication. Bring 1 unit to the medical desk. This one? Oh, here.
Strickland's project could be dangerous. I have a mind to report him to Dr. Ackroyd.
So choose what to do. So we could bring it to him, bring the placebo to him, or we could report him. Well, we'll have to figure out that next time. So, till next time, this has been Sathios, signing out for now. Bye, folks.